Oh my god. Believe the fucking hype about The Substance. What's up, cretins? What's up, creeps? My name is Chris. I am the only person talking horror on the internet. I am here to help you navigate the nonsense as today we discuss The Substance. Here's your full spoiler-free review. So I told people that I wasn't going to do a review on The Substance. I went to Horror Hound last weekend. I went to a haunt. I want to cover all of these things, and I don't have time to do everything, but I can't not talk about this movie. So I saw a preview for The Substance a few weeks back, and while I do advocate for being as blind as possible going into a film, thankfully I can tell you that that trailer gave away nothing. It does nothing to prepare you for what you're about to watch, and that, my friends, is a beautiful thing. The Substance involves aging celebrity Elizabeth Sparkle. Having mostly fallen out of the public eye, Elizabeth has provided the opportunity to generate a younger, prettier, more perfect version of herself. That process comes with terms and conditions, aka rules. We all know how horror does with rules. There's your movie. Okay. I don't even know where to begin with this because I want to talk about everything, but I promise I will not spoil anything. So let's start front and center with writer-director Coralie Farja. Farja announced herself with 2017's Revenge, an outstanding, you guessed it, revenge thriller that maybe got a little lost alongside bigger budget, bigger name films that deal with similar themes. Very well done, but when something is presented as like Kill Bill but, or like Mandy but, or like Last House on the Left but, most people are just going to gravitate towards those touchstones in lieu of some low-budget French flick, right? And in defense of that mentality, Revenge is a great flick, but it doesn't offer a ton that you haven't seen. 7 years later, Farja's sophomore effort announces her as an incredible writer-director working far beyond her experience. She has an eye for the aesthetically pleasing, but a heart for the grotesque. And thankfully, she's also got a brain to execute both simultaneously. This film carries a lot of influences. I think David Cronenberg, David Lynch, and Darren Aronofsky are all prevalent, but I personally think that The Substance sits at this weird intersection between the visuals of Stanley Kubrick and the absurdity and disgusting nature of Frank Henenlotter? Yeah, The Substance is basically like The Shining by way of Basket Case, right? It lies somewhere betwixt 2001: A Space Odyssey and Frankenhooker. Yes, really. The sets, the makeup, the costumes, visually, this is the best movie that I've seen since Midsommar. The practical effects, like, people were stoked on Tim Burton getting back into that, and his team needs to be taking notes from this crew. There's some odd choices in regards to cinematography, but nothing feels like they're trying to be artistic or trying to be edgy. Like, I was fine with last month's Cuckoo, but it's not a movie that I ever need to see again, and that's largely because there was this almost disingenuous nature of trying to be as opposed to just being. Does that make sense? It's like how Annabelle and Valak are terrifying in The Conjuring, but then you give it to a dumb fuck like Gary Dauberman, and you end up with unwatchable bullshit that isn't scary even to a 12-year-old who thinks that they're a badass. Fuck you, Dauberman, you don't look like fucking John Wick, cut your hair. Demi Moore doesn't just lead, she commands as Elizabeth Sparkle. And there's no exaggeration that this is her best performance ever. She spends a lot of the movie showing how much she hates herself, but she never overtly states it, right? She's this vain person that's only willing to see her visual flaws when her only true ugliness lies within her self-image and the way that she treats other people. And she is reminded of that often. You're never asked to pity this person. Rather, you're supposed to understand that everything that she does is a choice, and a choice that she continues to choose. I personally think that if the Academy can get the fuck out of their own asses, this sits right alongside Toni Collette in Hereditary and Mia Goth in Pearl as Best Actress fare. Unfortunately, it's probably going to end up sitting as overlooked Best Actress fare like Toni Collette in Hereditary and Mia Goth in Pearl. Moore's counterpart Margaret Qualley continues to choose interesting roles. She embodies the same qualities as Moore, but with a selfishness that you could see would long-term develop into the self-loathing that leads her down the path to take the substance. This is poised to seat Qualley at the top of every director's wish list. As for Dennis Quaid, man, it's wild to think that he's been around as long as he has, with as many credits as he has, and that I know that I personally have never seen him do anything like this. His sleazy, perverted Hollywood exec Harvey, gee, I wonder who that's supposed to be, is his tour de force as well. In 2009, Quaid was named as one of the best actors to never receive an Oscar nomination. I think body of work with this as a cherry on top is not only going to get him that nomination, I'm pretty sure it's going to secure him the win. Academy doesn't care as much about supporting nominations, so they'll take that chance, or at least be more willing to take that chance on genre fare. I honestly thought I'd be years into reviewing before I did this, but I don't have anything critical to say about this. The Substance is a flawless film. I thought I'd go into it and at least be commenting on the 2-hour, 21-minute runtime being excessive. I hope that there is an extended director's cut so that I can sink deeper into this world. I don't know how this movie even happened. I didn't know that we made movies like this anymore. I didn't know that there was an interest from Hollywood in original stories that operate at this caliber. Not only treading, but dancing upon the line between high art and street trash makes The Substance a memorable film. But the statements delivered by the stellar cast on vanity, self-love, the appropriation of a woman's sexuality, and the ways in which we not only treat each other, but ourselves, make The Substance unforgettable. If you are a filmmaker hoping that your upcoming movie is going to be the best horror film of 2024, get on the phone with your studio, see if you could put off release until 2025. Because you're not even going to come close. Kindred Spirits, Infinity Pool, Requiem for a Dream, Altered States. That's going to do it for today, creeps. Do all these things. Let me know what you thought of The Substance right over here. Please be respectful to others. Don't spoil anything. I did my best not to. And as always, this is all just a matter of opinion. See it yourself. Make your own decisions. Remain critical. Support horror.